William I, known as William the Conqueror, was the Duke of Normandy from 1035 and the King of England from 1066. He was one of the most important and influential rulers of the Middle Ages. William was born in 1028 in Falaise, Normandy, France. William became the Duke of Normandy at the age of just 8 after the death of his father. At that time, Normandy was a rich and prosperous province of France. William was an ambitious ruler and managed to strengthen his power in the region. One of the most famous events in William's history was his conquest of the Kingdom of England in 1066. This period is known as the Norman Conquest of England. William initially claimed to have a hereditary right to the English throne, and after the death of English King Harold II, he asserted his claims. The battle for the English throne took place in the Battle of Hastings on October 14, 1066, where William emerged victorious over the Anglo-Saxon forces and became the King of England. After the conquest of England, William consolidated his power by implementing administrative reforms, introducing the feudal system, and constructing the famous Tower of London. William earned the nickname the Conqueror due to his determination, courage, and strategic thinking. He is considered one of the greatest military leaders of his time, and one of the founders of English feudalism. Known as William the Conqueror, William I continued to strengthen his influence in England, suppressing local uprisings and solidifying his positions. He also conducted a population census of the kingdom, known as the Domesday Book, for more effective territorial management. William I left his mark in history as one of the most successful and resolute rulers of his time. His reign had a profound impact on the future of England and the formation of its political system. Strict and determined, William ruled his kingdoms with strength and resolve, earning him a place of honor in history as one of the greatest monarchs of medieval Europe. William I also made significant changes in the field of land relations, introducing the system of feudal vassalage, which strengthened his control over land holdings and the aristocracy. He appointed his loyal allies to positions of importance, officials to ensure loyalty and effective governance of the kingdom. His legacy is evident not only in the political and administrative spheres, but also in the cultural development of England. William I encouraged the construction of a number of magnificent castles and cathedrals throughout the country, emphasizing his power and greatness. The conquest of England by William I also had a significant impact on future relations between England and continental Europe, strengthening the kingdom's ties with other monarchies and laying the foundation for further political alliances and conflicts. William I left an enduring mark on history as one of the outstanding rulers of his time, whose reign shaped the future of the kingdom and deeply influenced its political and cultural life. Despite his great achievements and significant place in history, William I also faced resistance and discontent from the Anglo-Saxon population, who suffered from his harsh methods of governance and were deprived of some rights and privileges. His reforms and changes led to tension and conflicts in society, resulting in resistance from the Anglo-Saxon nobility and clergy. This led to a series of uprisings and rebellions against royal authorities, which were quelled by harsh measures and punitive actions. Despite his harshness and strictness, William I also left behind a significant legacy in the field of legislation. His establishment of the Frankish law in England laid the foundation for the country's legal system and made a significant contribution to the development of law and justice on the island. Overall, William I, known as the Conqueror, laid the groundwork for the future development of England as a military, political, and cultural power, leaving a mark not only in the country's history, but also in the consciousness of its people. As a great ruler and lawgiver, William I, also known as William the Conqueror, was the first Norman King of England after defeating the Harold's army in the Battle of Hastings in 1066. His reign marked the beginning of the Norman conquest era and brought significant changes to the political and cultural life of the country. After conquering England, William I implemented a new feudal system of governance. Based on Norman feudal principles, he appointed his loyal supporters to key positions as officials and landowners, which ensured his control over the country and strengthened his authority. William I also conducted a population survey of England, known as the Domesday Survey, to establish control over landholdings and taxes. This survey became an important source of information about the society and economy of England. At that time, one of the most well-known and significant achievements of William I's reign was the construction of Westminster Abbey and the Tower of London, symbolizing his power and grandeur. These structures have become important elements of England's architectural heritage and continue to attract tourists from around the world. It is important to note that William I died in 1087, leaving behind a complex political legacy that influenced the country's development for many centuries. His successor was his son, William II, who inherited both Normandy and the Kingdom of England. William the Conqueror left a profound legacy in the history of Europe and Britain, and his reign had a lasting impact on the course of history.